Good morning. It's day 25, 8 a.m. and I'm packing up, packing in. Let me begin. I don't even know if that's the lyrics. I've got this new hat and I don't like it's all cotton and it's very baggy. Alright. Anyway. Day 25. Stayed at a caravan park last night that isn't a campsite, but they let me stay. I don't know if the message is just wing it and it'll work out, but I think the message is if you're doing something big enough and cool enough, people will be like, well, to be fair, respect, you can stay in my campsite that isn't a campsite. I think that might be the lesson. Yesterday was 46 k's, felt like a slog. Every day has felt like a slog, that's nothing new. It was easier than the other 46 k's that I've done before, which is good. We're over halfway. Booked a hotel again because it was like 50 quid and it's a nice one. I don't know if it's a hotel or if it's just a room in someone's house, but it looked really nice and there's a bathtub which I intend to get in for quite a while. So we've got 29 miles today, maybe a bit more because I might take the canal route because I'll take a detour off the main road because the main road is always a death trap. It just is a death trap. So I'll take a detour off the main road and then what I'm confronted with is a sequence of ineffable hills which has its own problems, and even those roads are dangerous. So if I can get on there's a canal route that goes into Preston, but it probably adds on a couple of miles, but I think it could be worth it because it'll be flat. So might do that. Oh, and I didn't pay either for this campsite. Well, I did. I paid last night. It came out and it was like, it's 20 quid. I was like, is it cash? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I paid him, but I only had 15 and then loads of shrapnel. So he was like, oh, just call it 15. So I was like, cool. Right, we're making the rules up as we go along. It was really nice. Just gave him 15 quid. And then I woke up this morning because I nearly pissed myself. Well, I did kind of piss myself. You know, when you have those dreams where you're pissing and then you wake up and you're pissing. So it's not a dream. The dream is just manifesting what's actually happening in real life. So I pissed myself. Not that much, just a dribble, but enough to have a damp patch. So I woke up and was like, damn, I need to go change my underpants. Went to the toilet and on my way back, I was intercepted by a lady that runs the campsite. And she was like, please don't pay us for last night. And I actually slept really well last night. Like, I was happy to pay. They've got nice facilities. Nice flat patch of grass, like it doesn't take much. And she just gave me my money back. So, in theory, the hotel that was 50 quid isn't actually 50 quid. It's 35 quid. Which is still like half price of what most hostels are. So that's a bargain. But yeah, I'm gonna pack up because I said I'd be gone by 8 and it's now 3 minutes past 8. I can't even say morning campus because I'm not camping today or last night or the night before. It's been a weird few days. I feel like I've been struggling. Physically feel
not tip top, but I've got a few like little niggles of injuries, but they're nothing I can't run on and run through. That's all fine. Like, I've got something in my right quad, which is a muscle affliction, but it just kind of hurts when I've stopped, and then when I start running, it's fine. What else hurts? That's probably the main one. My knees feel a bit grindy, but which isn't a nice word that you ever want to use to describe your knees. And ankles are just a bit. Legs just feel generally battered, but I'm not in too much physical pain. But mentally, yesterday I took a rest day. I've stayed in this room for 2 nights now because it was cheap and it's around the halfway point. So I feel like I owe myself a bit of rest. And the day before yesterday was just so, I don't know if I've filmed anything, but it was so horrible. Just felt in the depths of despair all day, which, you know, is part and parcel of the challenge. It's not a challenge if it's easy, and it's not a challenge if it's, you know, I'm in a good mood every day. That's not life, is it? But there's even been days where I've kind of woke up groggy, and then within 10Ks, you know, after you've flooded your brain with endorphins, you feel fine and you can just crack on with it. And the momentum of the goal kind of carries you through the day. But the day before yesterday, I'm like, fuck. It was horrendous. I felt horrendous. Just had lost the vision of what I was doing. Felt flat. Was getting pissed off. Getting really irritable. Just not in a good way, which historically for me is a sign to take the foot off the gas slightly, not just press on. Because I ended up with cramp at like 5 p.m. I had like 8Ks left, and I thought I'd injured myself because I'd never felt it. It was in like my tendon and my leg was cramping up. I was like, fuck, this could be it. This could be the end of my right leg. And thankfully it was just cramp, and I ate some nuts and I was fine. But that hasn't happened yet. That's the first time it's happened, and I think some of that is due to poor decision making around rest and stretching and skipping a few bits and not recovering as I should do. So taking a bit of rest now is, you know, it means that I can actually enjoy the next couple of weeks and do it in a way that I don't end up finishing with severely injured legs. And I don't want to come out of this burnt out and miserable because I've pushed through injuries that I shouldn't have. And like, I want to come out, obviously I'm not coming out with fresh legs, but I want to come out with a fresh mind, feeling like I want to carry that momentum into something else. So yeah, it's a delicate balance to find. And being somewhere like this, it's obviously you get a comfy bed, and that's part of it. That's a big part of it. But it's also you run all day, and then you've got to set up your tent, and then you've got to work out how you're going to get a wash, and then you've got to use your cold, sweaty towel that's been pressed against your back all day to get a wash and dry yourself. And you're just constantly making decisions where it's nice to have some downtime and not do that, and stop and smell the roses a little bit and reflect on how far I've come and what I've got left. And I ended up watching The Matrix yesterday, watch The Matrix. Conclusive lessons. Follow the white rabbit. And there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. That's all I'll say about The Matrix. What else do I have to say? I've got 2 more days of running. It's a bit of a weird spot to run in this part of England because it's not, well, I think it's just not Scotland and it's not beautiful countryside. It's thick, congested, mid. I don't even know what county I'm in. I'm about to be between Manchester and Liverpool, which is just loads of main roads, I think. I could be surprised and that might not be the case, but the day before yesterday I was just running on main roads and it's just long. But I've got 2 more days of running and then Mum's coming across to see me, staying in a B&B for 2 nights, and then after that I'll just be pressing on to the finish and probably have 1 rest day in between leaving there and finishing there. And then hopefully around mid-October, it's the 1st of October today, so hopefully around mid-October I should be done, because it's getting darker quickly and that poses problems, mainly when you're camping, because like the night before last I rocked up here at like 8 p.m, which it was pitch black at that point, and obviously I've got a head torch, so it's not inherently an issue. But anyway, I've talked enough about my problems. I'm still having a good time. I'm having a much better time now that I've had two nights rest. I'm ready to set off again. What is the weather saying? I did check and it didn't look brilliant. I don't know if it's raining right. Is it raining right now? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's that fine rain that just fucking gets you piss wet through. Just crosses the clothes barrier like osmosis. We'll have wet feet in 2 hours' time. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm fucking uncomfy. I think I'm pitched on a slight gradient. Oh, I've just felt that. Anyway, as you can see, I'm back in the Van Gogh Hilton Plaza Deluxe Family Suite. That sounded negative, but I actually love this tent. I don't want to say I've grown to like it, because I liked it from the beginning. Like, there's something cozy about it. I actually don't think I'd want it to be any bigger. Also, if it was any bigger, then I probably wouldn't be able to carry it. But there was bivy bags, which is basically a sleeping bag that's waterproof. Some of them have like 1 pole, so you have some structure to it, and you can use tension ropes to pull it out a bit and have it as like the most minuscule tent ever. It's meant to be for like super lightweight backpack. They look fucking miserable basically, unless you know you're going to get good weather, which obviously on such an endeavour in 2 pivotal autumn months, I didn't know what I was getting myself in for, so I opted for the most lightweight, within reason price wise, tent I could find. Today, how was today? Not enjoying myself right now. I think some of it is I feel a bit depressed. Well, I just do. Over the past 3 or 4 days, I've just been feeling like, like I'm kind of over this. Like, it's like I don't want to be done yet, but I don't want to keep doing it. I don't know if there's better words I can use to describe the feeling. Like, I'm kind of just, I've got this apathetic, you know what I mean, if you've felt depressed, like I'm sure you have, but you just have this relentless feeling of apathy where you're just like, I'm just going through the motions right now, basically. I haven't had a bad day by any means. The roads have been shit. I think England's a fucking toilet at the minute anyway, which isn't helping matters. Like, England's a fucking dustbin relative to Scotland, at least. Like, Scotland is, and I'm more removed from nature because I'm on main roads and I'm in urban areas. Oh, I ran through Preston day before yesterday. It was a fucking toilet. Just ran through St Helens today, which is another toilet. Like, and this isn't the fault of the people. This is the fault of government neglect and slow decline of general England. It's a bit grim. It just is. It's not. I don't run around thinking, oh, this is, I'm seeing all these new places. I'm like, well, I don't have to come back here. Ticked that one off. The good things were I had a incredible sandwich today, which I didn't get any footage of because it disappeared shortly after buying it. I got an incredible sandwich and this tray bake Kinder Bueno Nutella Rolo something, right? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's wet dream. And it was like £6. And it was a big sandwich. And I was like, that's how much things should be. Yeah. It's not fucking 20 quid for a meal or spending 15 quid every time I go to the Co-op. Which isn't true, I don't spend it every time I go. But sometimes I'm like, how's that come to that price? That's crazy. So, food-wise, price-wise, that was brilliant. And bodies felt strong, bar a couple of... I have a few recurring just pains that they're not injuries, they're just pains. And I think it's just gradual grinding down of things that have been overused. That being said, I'm still in better nick than I thought I'd be at this point in time. So that's positive news. Like, feet don't feel fine, but they feel... well, they're not injured, basically. And my toenails are falling off again. Well, one already has, but they haven't got worse, apart from getting a bit more calloused and the skin's getting a bit tougher, but that's inevitability-ness. Anything else? I'm in a campsite. No, I'm not in a campsite. I'm in a holiday park, which has like glamping pods. It's got a bar. It's got caravans. I think I'm in the section where you can camp. Doesn't really matter because I've rocked up after like 8:30, and reception was incredibly close. So I just pitched where I thought was convenient. I've had a shower and everything else. And my aim is, because I spent 20 quid on a meal tonight at a pub, that I don't know why it stings to pay that for a hot meal, but it just does. It just does. Like, money's tight at the moment. Won't be forever, but it just is right now. And it's like, that feels like a full day's budget of food, but it just was worth it. Food is fuel right now. But I got that at like 7:30, and now and then I rocked up here at like 8:30, so I didn't have to see anyone. And I'm hoping that I can just get up and pack up. There's a cafe within the site, which I think opens at 8. So if I can get there for like 8, I can't see anyone knocking on my door before that. I'm rambling at this point. You don't need to know this. This is just my internal dialogue. Anything else you need to know? Mum's coming tomorrow. Coming across to... Oh no, she's not. She's booked as a B&B for 2 nights, but she's only going to be there for 1. So I'm running to that tomorrow, which is just outside of Wrexham, which is in Wales. So I'm doing Wales now, which was never an inevitability, but I'm glad it's added on because kind of adds a bit more to the feeling of actually travelling whilst I'm doing this thing, travelling Great Britain whilst I'm doing it. So I'm running to there, having a day off in the B&B with my mum. We'll just get a lot of food probably, and then set off the next day, and she might be a support vehicle for a day and book something else, or she'll just go home that day. I haven't really decided yet, but it's good timing because I feel like I need some, I think company's a big part. Like, I'm obviously excited to see my mum because it's my mum, but even just having a person there that's not just a fleeting stranger, I'm quite excited for. And obviously I've been speaking to people on the phone, girlfriend, friends, etc, sister, but it's not the same as being in and around people that are familiar, and I'm definitely feeling the void of that, which is a lesson in itself, and I'm sure in hindsight I'll be grateful that I've learnt that lesson to its highest degree, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm pretty cooked. Different to body's cooked because I ran a marathon. Its mind is cooked from various different angles, and it's probably just catching up to, I think I've been gaslighting myself into thinking that this isn't that hard, and sometimes it isn't, but I am burning, I am redlining myself quite hard most days, and there's bound to be some mental consequences of that, and I think the last 4 days I've been feeling them. But this is now a 10-minute clip, so I think that'll have to do. Good night, God bless.
Oh yeah, it's about 11:30 on day 31. I don't know what you call that type of month. I don't know whether it's just a standard month or a calendar month or just 31 days. But I haven't done one of these little clips. Maybe I did one a few days ago, but it feels like I haven't done one in ages. I kind of fell off mentally for like 5 days. Maybe slightly shorter than that. It felt like about a week where I was kind of off equilibrium for quite a while. Just felt pretty down, felt lonely, felt flat. Didn't feel like I had much energy left over. I was still running every day. I had to take one day off a few days ago, and then I took another one off yesterday because my mum came to visit. But I think I just crashed. Multiple variables, multiple reasons, but it's not too dissimilar to how I've just felt in the past as a result of what felt like nothing, you know. So I can pin it down to numerous things as fatigue, loneliness, poor diet, not sleeping as well as I should do, not recovering as well. But it just felt like a mini depression, which I've been through many times. So I've got an itchy ear. But I'm feeling on the up. It was really nice to see my mum, and we stayed in a really nice place for 2 nights, and then I ran yesterday
to another spot, and she booked another place in a pub, which did the job. But I realised that the solitude I've been enjoying turned to loneliness without me really noticing until, well, I can see it now in hindsight, but at the time it's so gradual. So gradual that it's hard to see it coming in, and then all of a sudden you feel depressed and disconnected from the world and really flat. So, but thankfully I had this goal to pull me back out of it, you know, so the actual period of time that I spent feeling down was not that long, where normally it could feel much longer than that, or feel much longer than that. And usually it stops me making progress in my life because I feel like I've been hit by a train for like a week. Where on this I was still running the same kind of distance, bar one day off, still making progress towards the goal. So it was quite a good lesson really, because it's taught me that how I've felt numerous times before doesn't necessarily have to be a complete obstacle. Doesn't have to be a complete obstacle. My shoulder hurts. Oh, that hurts. Doesn't have to be something that stops me in my tracks. It can just be something that I acknowledge and feel, but just press through it, you know. And obviously take those rest days where needed, but sometimes one rest day is enough. But we're now, I actually don't think we are in Wales, but I got to Wales a couple of days ago when I went to stayed in a spot near Wrexham when my mum came, and now I'm kind of on the border, so I think I'll jump back in and out of Wales a few times. But it's looking like we have 13 days or 14 days of actual running left, so that probably means 2.5 weeks with a couple of rest days thrown in there. So I should be finished, all things going well, before the 20th of October, which I really hope I am, because money is running out quickly, and I'm not wishing this thing to be over, but 2 weeks is a nice amount of time to mentally, I don't know, oh dog, fuck off, to like mentally comprehend, where any more than that would be, I feel like a slog. But it is what it is. Back on the horse, having a good time. 8Ks in on day 31. We've got about 40 today, so not too bad of a day. And it looks like we've just had the Storm Mary, she was a bit rude. She caused some chaos for a couple of days, but I managed to stay out of it because it's when my mum came. So that worked out extremely well, and it looks like the weather's pretty good all the way down to Land's End. So fingers crossed, might catch a 10. But yeah, peace. We're back, baby.